Each year, more than 100,000 million eggs are produced in the United States. To produce such large quantities of eggs, millions of hens are needed. But how are chicken eggs formed? We visited a chicken farm to discover how eggs are made and processed. On chicken farms in the United States, egg production begins with raising hens specifically for egg laying. The hens are raised in barns designed to maximize their comfort and egg production. The whole process starts in the chicken coop, where the hens start laying eggs when they are 19 weeks old. About 1,800,000 eggs are produced here every week. This operation is completely automatic and controlled by computer. The building is well ventilated with temperature and humidity strictly controlled to stimulate egg laying. Fluorescent lighting simulates 15 hours of light per day. Hens are fed up to 3 times per day using fully automated feeders that bring feed from silos, ensuring that hens always have fresh food. The diet is blended to meet the nutritional needs of chickens, including a combination of grains, proteins, minerals, and vitamins necessary for the production of high-quality eggs. Hens also drink water in their coop. All of these conditions are carefully monitored to maximize performance. Each hen can produce up to 1 egg per day. It takes about 26 hours from the laying of 1 egg to the development of the next. The process of egg formation in a laying hen is a biological miracle. When a hen is in the egg-laying stage, the nutrients from the food she consumes are converted into the essential components that make up the egg yolk. These elements are transported through the bloodstream from the liver to the ovaries, where the magical process occurs. Inside the ovaries, small sacs of tissue called follicles gradually fill with yolk and swell in size. Finally, a layer of special protein solution called cuticula is deposited on the eggshell. This cuticula allows gases to escape through pores in the eggshell, but acts as a protective barrier against bacteria, ensuring the integrity and safety of the egg. When the eggshell formation process is complete, the finished egg is pushed out of the hen's body. The finished egg then begins a new journey. Egg processing is completely automatic. Once laid, the eggs roll onto a conveyor belt in front of the chicken coop, then move onto a larger conveyor belt that transports the eggs to the packaging room. The chicken's droppings fell under their coop onto a conveyor belt, but some of the eggs remained dirty so they were thoroughly cleaned and disinfected afterward. The conveyor belt continues to deliver eggs to an elevator at the end of each row. Worker checks for dust particles and dirt that may be left on eggs as they move on a conveyor belt. Here, eggs are graded according to quality, with the best ones ending up on the shelves of supermarkets, while the poorer quality ones are sent to egg processing factories. There, they become ingredients used in food products such as mayonnaise, baking mixes, or salad dressings. At this station, a washing machine using soap and disinfectant gently cleans the eggs at 45 degrees Celsius, after which they are dried for 5 seconds to evaporate moisture. Egg inspectors look at the eggshells for stains and use special lights to examine the inside of the egg for abnormalities or blood stains. Eggs pass through bright light to highlight the condition of the eggshell. Staff perform visual inspections and remove cracked eggs. Each egg is stamped with a batch number for quality control. A packaging machine puts eggs into cartons and stamps the expiration date. They are placed with the large end facing up to keep the yolk in place. Eggs are ready to be sent to supermarkets. Eggs, poorer quality, is sent to the egg processing plant, which is then stored in controlled cooling cabinets before being transferred to advanced separators. Here, the liquid is separated before being sterilized and packaged for sale. Advanced egg separators are capable of handling all shelled eggs, separating the yolk from the white after the eggshell is cut out. This amazing machine can separate the yolks from the whites of more than 2 million eggs every day. When the eggs reach the machine, a blade cuts the eggshell and the egg is cracked. The contents fall downward, keeping the yolk at the top and allowing the egg white to flow into the lower cup. As they pass through the separator, small vibrations encourage the egg whites to flow through small holes on the sides of the cups. Each year, billions of cans of beer are produced around the world, equivalent to about 8,000 cans every second. But to produce such large quantities of cans, tons of aluminum are needed. How to process and package millions of cans of beer? We visited the factory of the largest beverage can manufacturer to discover how beer cans are made. Beer wasn't widely sold in aluminum cans until the 1960s. But since then, cans have become so popular that Americans use more than 100 billion aluminum cans each year. debris goes through a screening process to remove some of the larger material. Unlike some metals, aluminum cannot be separated with magnets, which requires a more complicated process. The crushed material is passed through an optical classifier at a speed of 3 meters per second, where infrared sensors identify and separate the metal from the remaining materials, which are removed by streams air. This aluminum is usually in the form of small pieces or scraps. These pieces of aluminum are placed into a specialized furnace, where they are heated to a high temperature, about 660 degrees Celsius. The goal is to melt the aluminum and convert it into liquid metal. Paint and coating evaporate instantly during this process. Molten aluminum tends to react with oxygen in the air, forming an oxide layer on the surface. These rollers apply pressure to the metal, gradually reducing its thickness and increasing its length. They thin the metal to a thickness of 1/4 millimeter and a length of 100,000 meters, 1,000 times the original length. Next, these aluminum sheets are rolled into large rolls and sent to the beer can factory. Each cup passes through a series of rings, each narrower than the last, compressing the aluminum into a cylinder and creating a new can. To prevent aluminum from tearing when stretched, the tool is lubricated. The lubricant also acts as a coolant because the aluminum heats up in the process. After stretching, the cup is shaped into a dome at the bottom. This requires a convex shaping tool and a chisel with a corresponding concave. Once the can body is formed, a machine removes excess edges and straightens the cans. The cans move backwards on the conveyor belt to the washing machine. The washing process takes place in 6 stages. The first 2 stages use hydrofluoric acid at 60 degrees Celsius. The last 4 stages use deionized and neutral water, both at the same temperature. Next creates a curved edge at the top where the flap will be placed. The cans then pass through a sophisticated vision system that takes pictures of the inside of each can. If any cans do not meet standards, they will be sent back for recycling. Can lids are manufactured from solid aluminum sheets and put into a press to cut open the lid and attach a pull ring. They produce about 6 million cans at this factory every day and send them around the world. Filling all these cans takes just 5 seconds. Once the cans are full, they move to the capping station, where the lid is placed tightly. This sealing is done precisely to ensure there are no leaks or air ingress, ensuring the freshness and quality of the beer. Aluminum also cools quite quickly, which helps drinks stay cold. They are then packaged in boxes and stacked on pallets before being loaded onto a fleet of trucks. Just 60 minutes after an empty can arrives, it is filled, packaged, and returned to the truck. Please like the video if you find it interesting and share it with others who may be interested. Also, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to keep learning. Goodbye.